Hi everybody, this is Felicia. I'm here today with my second layout, which I am doing the series for the Love of Homemade Kits with Hannah, Megan, and Christine. So this is my second layout here that I'm doing, and this one is pretty funny. So I kind of like that photo there, which I caught um, myself right in mid-action. It Believe it or not, it was supposed to be a selfie, but it wasn't supposed to be a selfie. I was just playing around with my phone camera at the time that I was sitting there at my desk drinking some coffee. Um, so that was an accident. That photo was, so I decided to keep it. So now I'm layering the photo here with some layers behind it, and that piece of vellum that I just put behind there came from a 6x6 paper pad from Die Cuts with a View, and it's a vellum pack. It has gold vellum, black vellum, plain vellum, and silver vellum. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's just pretty expensive for that little 6x6 thing. It was really interesting, but I liked it. So here I am situating these wood veneers. I'm trying to figure out how I want them. And at this point in time, I'm kind of starting on not liking how the layout's looking. And so but I'm trying to work with what I got. And I think what I did was I decided to put the flowers up there, which was a good call on that part, and have them arranged going around the photo. But I still left the arrows there, thinking that I could make it work, but it just wasn't going to work because there was too much of a gap between the flowers, and I didn't like that. It started looking kind of a little funky. And so you're going to see me here. I'm going to change directions here as far as how I want the photo to sit on the layout and what direction I want the flowers and what I want on that left side. So I end up changing that around here, and this is me. Right now I'm going to go ahead and paint the wood veneer with the white acrylic paint by Golden, and I'm putting on I was going to put on two layers, but I almost forgot to put on the second layer. Right now you see me putting on the first layer, and I'm getting it painted. Now wood veneer is very porous, so what you have to make sure that if you want to see the color that you're painting the wood veneer, you have to put more than one coat, and you may have to put up to 3 to 4 coats depending on what you're using and how much it soaks in. So, and especially if you're doing it with an ink pad, you're going to have to do it about 3 or 4 times before you actually see the color coming through. So, that's just the way wood veneer is, and that's why sometimes I color my wood veneer, and then sometimes I don't. Most of the times I don't color it, so I just leave it plain. And I didn't cut this out, so you're going to see me paint each one of these pieces here. I was so excited about painting that I forgot that you didn't, I don't to at least, turn the camera off and at least get them painted and then turn it back on, but it's okay. I'm not going to paint the diamond shapes that you see at the top there. I'm not going to do that. I am just going to paint the wood veneer that I have right here. So that's what I'm doing with this right now. And I'm getting ready now to get the layers going here. And that photo has already been matted. And now I'm giving it a nice little trim here to trim it up a little bit before I put it down. And that's what I'm going to be doing with this section of it. And I'm going to tuck that piece of vellum that is from Die Cuts with a View, 6x6 paper pad. There's different color vellum in that pack too, so it was a good. It was a little expensive, but it was worth it because there's a lot of sheets in there. But at the same time, it was just not cheap. So here I am putting down the photo in the upper left-hand corner there instead of in the center of the papers, because what I'm going to do with this layout is I'm going to have it come down, kind of look like the flowers are kind of trestling down the left side of the photo. Once I get these wood veneer diamonds, and I keep trying to say triangles, sorry guys, but it's diamonds down and stuck down real good there with using my glossy accents, then I'll be able to concentrate on getting the die cuts lined up on the side there. And that one was giving me a hard time because they were a little warped because they've been in my stash for like 2.5 years, 2.5 years. So I've had them for a while. And those are from Studio Calico. And it took me this long to use it because they were too, like I said, Studio Calico, they pride themselves on unique things, but then again, sometimes you can't even use those unique things. So, but anyway, so now here I am putting down the die cuts here from the Maggie Holmes ephemera pack, and I'm using some foam tape on some of them so I could raise them, and some of them are going to be flat. So that's going to give it a lot of interest there. So as you can see, they're starting to look pretty decent. So every other one is going to be elevated there. So you can see we do that too as well. I thought I would do that because I like that look. And now, as you can see, I did not put the wood veneer arrows over there. I decided that they're going to go someplace else on the layout. And so once I get all the ephemera glued down here and put in the position that I would like, now I'm going to start working with these wood veneer, which I've painted white. Now I didn't put the second coat at this point on them. I completely forgot. And so what I decided to do was paint it after I glued them down, but I did it very carefully. Very carefully so that I wouldn't ruin the layout there. So now I'm getting the glue there to start gluing it down, and I forgot, where did I go? I think I went somewhere. Oh, there I am. Anyway, so I'm putting down my quick dry, using my quick dry glue to glue down the wood veneer, which works very well, by the way. I've had someone ask me how well does that work for wood veneer, and my answer is excellent. As long as it isn't warped, wood veneer, it works very well. So now I'm putting down those those wood veneer hearts that I painted white down, and there's 3 of them there. And then I'm going to put down the arrows as well. So this is what makes me excited, because I finally got an idea of how I want the arrows to be situated. So now I'm just putting them down in the best way that looks the best for the layout there. And I like that look. Now, that word best is not going to be the title, of course. We know what that's going to be. I'm going to use a different word phrase here, or word for the title here in a little bit. Pulling out some more of the die cuts there from the Maggie Holmes ephemera pack. And I'm going to use that XO because that's how I felt at the time when I took that photo with me drinking that coffee. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've heard my coffee story, but I have backed off of drinking coffee for a while because it doesn't like me. The caffeine doesn't like me. It's not exactly what I put in my coffee. It was basically the caffeine itself, because I used organic beans and I used organic sugar, and I didn't use a whole lot of it, and then I used an organic creamer. So we figured out that it wasn't necessarily the ingredients I was putting in there. It was basically the caffeine. So I have to back up off of drinking coffee for a little while. And if I do go back to drinking it, I am definitely going to drink it maybe 3 times at the most out of the week, because that's all I can do. So I used that piece of die cut that's down the bottom there to basically create a third or a visual triangle here for the layout. So in third area to put a cluster. So that's what I'm doing for the bottom there. And now I'm putting down these pieces of paper here and there throughout the layout. And I'm seeing if this is going to work. I eventually don't like the way that looks, so I just pull it off. And then I try some washi tape. I don't like the way that looked. It was too dark. And I didn't like that one either, so I pulled that one off because it just didn't look right. So I'm looking for some more things to put there. And I forgot I had taken those Simple Stories stickers off of the sticker sheet. And I looked and I go, oh, that's right. They're supposed to go there. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I think I was looking for something else different or whatever. So here I am going to use that seriously, and that is from a Dear Lizzie stickers set there, because it kind of, that's what I asked myself when I was drinking the coffee and I accidentally took the photo. I'm like, seriously? And those are the kinds of things that I say to myself. It's just the weirdest stuff. But anyway, so I decided to title it that because that's exactly what was on my mind when I was drinking that coffee there. So I'm going to put my journaling down here, and I'm going to put it next to this banner piece here. Well, actually I should say this piece of die cut that I cut into a banner. And it just explains a little bit about the coffee and me drinking it. And now I'm going to get what I'm going to do right now is just outline, because I realized that I couldn't see the papers, and so I'm going to outline them. A tip for future outlining: do it before you put it down, because it's a little hard to do it after it's down. As you can see, I have to turn the layout all kinds of directions just to get a nice outline. Now I'm going to outline those wood veneers up the top so that you can see those, because they got lost in the background here of the layout. Now you can see them really good here, and I go over them a couple times. And then I'm also going to outline the layout itself, the pattern paper there, because it just was getting lost. Although they coordinated so well together, it was still getting lost with the cardstock that I had mounted it on or matted it on, so I had to do that so you could see it better. And it looks a lot better. I outline the banner, outline something else on here, banner, and that's pretty much it. So now I know this was not in my homemade kit, sorry. But like I said, I cannot do a layout without enamel dots. And so I'm using some black enamel dots to create some contrast. And because the black vellum paper, dotted paper that I have, and plus the black outlining and the black journaling. So they all complement themselves. So I'm going to do some tiny, tiny, tiny sprinkles there with the Heidi Swap black velvet, and I'm doing them in those 3 areas where I have the enamel dots. So I think I'm just about done with this layout. Yes, I am. See the black contrast there. It looks really good against the pink there. So thank you guys for watching, and be sure to tune into Megan's, Christine's, and Hannah's channel to see what they come up with their kids. And if you like to join us, feel free to do that. Just let us know and have fun, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.